Hey everyone, welcome to Jessi's Stories. I'm Jessi, and this is a stories channel where I, of course, cover cults and I cover everything happening within the queer community, bookish, and otherwise, every part of the industry of stories. Thanks so much for being here. I'm still in the renovation phase. Tell your truth. Well, embrace your truth. Tell your story. Thanks so much for being here, everyone. Today I've already done one. I'll leave a link to my first React video. That was my first time ever doing a React video. This is another one I'm doing for Twin Flames Universe of when I was in the cult back in the day. I'm comparing language, because language is really important, language then to now, and what you can look for, because they still use the same language. It has not changed. And you can check down below if you want to see Escaping Twin Flames on Netflix. I'm more prominent in episode 2, but I'm towards the end in episode 1 with old films, and then there's pictures and old films in 3 of me. So I'm in there. I'm part of the fight of the takedown of Twin Flames Universe. And again, this is all my personal opinion and personal experience. So thanks so much for being here. Embrace your truth. Tell your story. I have a story to tell. You have a story to tell. Thanks so much for being here. Today is another React video. Since last time, it seems everyone really liked the React video. So I'm just going to go straight into it. Thanks so much for being here. Like and subscribe and share with a friend or family member if you like the content. And I shall begin now. I'll just watch it at first.
Literally, just so you guys know, every time I go on here, I have no idea which story I'm going to tell. I let God/the universe guide me every time. I have no idea what I'm doing, which is normal on this journey to have no idea what you're doing. I know in the beginning I had like 99.9% of the time I didn't know what I was doing. Now I'm down to at least 90 to 80% of the time I have no idea what I'm doing.
Okay, so me admitting on a live, having no idea what I'm doing. That's even part of the teaching, that you feel into what you're doing for the day. So I would just do random lives on Facebook often and speak about Jeff and Shalia and coaching. This is one of them. Yeah.
Every part of life purpose, it continues opening doors and opening doors, and where you follow those repetitive guided steps that come in your head, whatever it is, image-wise or anything, but normally you have to heal first to be able to follow that step. So if you're having nightmares or dreams of your ex, or starting to see things repetitively happen in your physical world, like something I've seen within Soul Fam that we keep on having on repeat is numbing our feelings or being in pain. That seems to be big themes. But that's brought up in order to heal. It's not there to just sit there. When you drink, hey Lou, I'm going to say hi to you. When you drink or smoke, whether it's tobacco or weed, I did weed once and felt nothing, so I've never done it again. And I drank and did alcohol once, as in got drunk once, but never doing that again. It's just a way to numb your feelings, and it's a way to avoid the actual feeling, because all it's going to do once you...
Okay, so talking about the steps I'm guided to take. So after watching Life Purpose class of Jeff and Shalia, I start, in this video, it seems like I am teaching the word of Jeff and Shalia, of step by step, and that it's more than just one thing, that it's bigger. It can be just one thing. Your life purpose is your life purpose, and no one can tell you otherwise, which they definitely do in Twin Flames Universe, in my experience, which is very culty. Let's see what else I say in here.
Same idea. This is part of life purpose with kids, because that's like a Soul Fam thing too. Life purpose with kids, to heal kids. Every part of life purpose, it continues opening doors and opening doors, and where you follow those repetitive guided steps that come in your head, whatever it is, image-wise or anything, but normally you have to heal first to be able to follow that step. So if you're having nightmares or dreams of your ex, or starting to see things repetitively happen in your physical world, like something I've seen within Soul Fam that we keep on having on repeat is numbing your feelings.
And I'm doing a lot of word salad right now. I'm not explaining anything. I'm just going into one thing to the next. And by the way, all books that you're seeing me show on here are unpublished, and I don't recommend ever buying. So if there's a third party selling it or something, I don't recommend. Those are my Cult Days books. The books that are on Amazon and on Alistora, which I will leave links below, those ones, go for it if you want to purchase. You don't have to. Okay, so I'm doing word salad, which Jeff and Shalia do word salad as cult leaders. Word salad is very common. So I'm literally just talking about one thing, going into another, not really explaining any further than that.
Or being in pain. That seems to be big themes. But that's brought up in order to heal. It's not there to just sit there. When you drink, hey Lou, I'm gonna say hi to you. When you drink or smoke, whether it's tobacco or weed, I did weed once and felt nothing, so I've never done it again. And I drank and did alcohol once, as in got drunk once, but never doing that again. It's just a way to numb your feelings.
Okay, numbing your feelings or being in pain. We're human. We have feelings. The numbing of feelings is honestly from doing the mirror exercise, in my personal experience and opinion. I've gone numb to not being able to feel my feelings. When I was going into Twin Flames universe, I didn't think I was numb, but they convinced me I was after being there for only a couple months within the Facebook group itself. You can learn more in my memoir, which I will be going more in depth. I'm trying not to talk too loud. So in this, I'm starting to use examples. This is probably going to go into the mirror exercise in this past one of me. And I actually really like that sweatshirt. I did give it away, but it was a comfortable sweatshirt. It was a good rape sweatshirt. And as you can see, all the makeup I'm wearing, Divine Feminine, that's common practice within the community of Twin Flames universe for Divine Feminine to wear lots of makeup, dress up. I like sweatshirts, still do. So that's why I'm in a sweatshirt, because that's my comfort zone, and it's fun to dance into. But let's see what else I have to, well, let me go back. So pain and numbing yourself. You aren't actually numb when that's brought up within the group of Twin Flames universe. That's just a way to get you to do the mirror exercise, which is toxic in itself. So being in pain, yeah, if something horrible is happening in your life or anything like that, that's common. Horrible or just a really bad day, it's okay to be in pain. Hopefully you have someone, whether it's a professional or a friend or a family member, to talk to about that pain and work through it. And numbness, that tends to happen when we are in too much pain, honestly. And the mirror exercise is just going to turn it on you, ultimately, which is toxic. Everything in your world isn't your fault, and everything in your world you didn't manifest. There's some things that are your fault, yes, but there are things that are not. And when you do the mirror exercise, there is no room for not, which makes it toxic automatically. But let's see what I go into from here, because I'm also talking about my soul family, which is an artistic family that I was coupled into family-wise. So I was told who my soul family was within Twin Flames universe, which I can go into that in my memoir too, now that I think of it. I'm still writing it, still getting ideas. Right now, my main focus is YouTube and getting my subscriber count up so I can make this part of my dream of doing this a little bit full-time on top of writing, which I'll do a story on TikTok on that. And again, thanks so much for being here if you made it this far. Thanks for listening to my story and listening to me react, which is honestly a lot easier than the first time around, which again, I'll leave a link up here to it.
And it's a way to avoid the actual feeling, because all it's going to do once you do whatever, drinking, weed, tobacco, it doesn't matter what it is, all the same effects. You numb your feelings, that simmering, whatever that feeling is, whether it's pain, which is a big factor in that, sadness, another big one, frustration, anger, whatever that feeling is, it's, yeah, for the time being, because you're numbing your feelings, you're not going to feel it, but it's just sitting there waiting, asking to get healed. And it's going to continue sitting there waiting, asking to get healed. And then when you wake up after getting drunk or getting high or any of those things, eating and all that jazz, the next thing, it will still be simmering right there, but you're still numb to your feelings even the day after and the day after that. So it will still be sitting there. And then you'll continue living your life.
Okay, that part is true. Like, some of their teachings do fall into truths, but they also take them all from other people. So yeah, it's true. You are numbing your feelings with drugs and so on and so forth, but there is actual clinical psychology help you can get from someone with a PhD or a master's you can talk to who can help. There's actual programs to help with alcohol and so on. It is definitely a way to numb yourself. I do fully agree with that, even as I'm talking in the past on that. But I had felt that way far before Twin Flames Universe. I'm not someone who does those things. And from that point, the days I was talking about was when I was much, much younger. So I haven't done any of those things. But yeah, let's see what else I have to say.
And it will still be simmering there. You just might not be aware of it, but it's right there waiting to be healed. And the longer you numb, ignore, the bigger and bigger it gets. Like, I've been bottling up, which thankfully I just recently did a huge healing session. I don't know why that continues going on. But I just did a huge healing session with a friend of mine, Keely, who is in harmonious union with her twin flame, Colby. And we really got down to where I was hurting, and even my soul sister showed that again. Pain. Common theme in our soul family. And I had bottled up so much pain, and the more I was telling these stories, because I need to release this and forgive myself and love myself here and allow myself to receive. I bottled up so much pain. It was such a huge, huge block for myself that it really hurt as it started coming out. And I still did it compassionately and easily. It's still coming out even now. But the pain was mainly from telling my stories from the past because I hadn't completely healed it. And I had bottled up a good portion of it. So that means my twin did.
Okay, true healing is not doing mirror exercise, not doing the healing that I'm talking about. And yes, Keely and Cobley get brought up in there because they were my coaches for, I think, 6 months to a year. Yeah, I still bottle things up. So I'm more talking even about myself too a little bit. In healing sessions, you do talk about it, but I don't recommend Twin Flames Universe considering they're a cult and they have no licensing or understanding of mental health. They, if anything, make it worse, in my personal opinion and experience. So that's really what I'm doing. I'm going in, I'm talking, I'm bringing up more people to bring into the community by talking about it. I'm talking about people in the community in this one. And I'm curious what else I'm gonna say next.
Do, same thing, bottling it up. And that's an old bad habit of mine, but it feels really good to be releasing it, even if it's really uncomfortable. It might take one more day to fully release it. It's worth releasing the pain. And I wouldn't be surprised if my soul sister shows that again, the pain, because we're all feeling it, even as a soul family. We have that habit. And pain is a huge one, and one to never be completely ignored, because that can turn into depression, that can turn into so many things. And it sucks too. It hurts. It hurts a lot.
Bad habits that's brought up constantly and blocks. So literally the way I picture it is it's like a rock that's jammed somewhere. And then when you heal, it releases and gone, but there's still a little bit somewhere. And yeah, in healing, that happens just like with grief. It could be years. Sometimes it's there for a while and eventually leaves. Sometimes it stays for a while. Mere exercise, again, is toxic and not going to show you the truth of how or where you're going to heal and what you need to do. Sometimes it's great to have a third party who has a master's or PhD, whether they're for cults or sociology or psychology, talking to someone. If you're coming out of a cult, I highly recommend PhD, sociologist / psychologist, both at once. Hopefully they have dual PhDs. That was mine when I first came out of a cult. She had dual, both sociology and psychology. So the individual and the group. It's good to have that third party that's not within your family, not within your friend group, who's just an outside source to give you perspective and ways you can maybe cope that you didn't think about before. I went to a psychologist majority of my life. So I can, without a doubt, say Jeff and Shillian, what they teach has nothing to do with therapy and actual healing. It is very toxic, though. I can say that in my personal opinion. It's very toxic. Okay. we're going to go back and see what else I say. And past me, as you're listening to present me.
For me, at least, it feels like not a knife anymore. It kind of feels like nails in my chest and makes me want to cry. And for me, even on this journey, being vulnerable and being able to cry has been hard. I've definitely had plenty of breakdowns here, finally, of releasing that emotion, because I've been put in situations that I manifested myself, but I manifested because I didn't think I was worthy, which you and my soul sisters showed that I didn't feel worthy of love. I didn't feel worthy of friendship, of a lot of things with myself. So, of course, things were showing up in my reality that way, and then I made it to the point of feeling like a complete failure. So I broke down multiple times feeling that way, actually.
Okay, so it's like a win if you cry in the group because you're releasing, so you're letting go of whatever that negative emotion is. Being depressed and so on is not negative. If you're depressed, okay, get help. It's okay to be depressed. It's okay to feel what you're feeling. That's the one thing I did like learning, is it's okay to feel what you're feeling. It's the only positive I can think of. But again, there is professional help, especially if you're depressed or clinically depressed. You can go through a process and talk to someone with a PhD or a master's degree in psychology who can diagnose and learn the correct help you might need. Jeff and Shalia in Twin Flames Universe, they use twin flames as a thing that you're getting close to and healing. You're not actually getting close to anyone and healing anything. You're just seeing that everything's your fault in your reality, including with whoever your partner is in this case, or whoever they couple you with, in my personal opinion, since I personally was coupled too. Let's see what else I have to say, since I keep talking about pain in this. And again, it's okay to feel that, and it's okay to seek help too.
And this time around, that pain, that same pain that's been healing, that is the complete feeling like failure feeling. It's finally releasing. And that comes from paying attention to the outside, which the outside has no answers to your truth of healing. Yeah, I'm in the negatives in my bank account.
But being worthy of love, feeling worthy of friendship, and so on and so forth, that I'm talking about here, and I keep bringing up So Family and Soul Sister, it's because they're also watching as I'm talking to. They tend to, community members tend to watch lives and anything you're doing to show support, but when you're hurting, it doesn't exist, in my personal experience. Like when you're hurting financially or hurting in any way, they aren't really that supportive. But because this is a lot, I'm going to stop here for this one. Thanks so much for being here, guys. Thanks for listening to this. I just couldn't last that long. I tried really, really hard for you guys. But yeah, just remember, toxic. It was word salad. I went around topics. I didn't stay on topic. I'm doing my best to stay on topic right now. I bring up soul family, the mirror exercise, blocks, so, and then better, whoosh, but you have to cry to get there. Yeah, if you like the content, please like, subscribe, share with friends and family, and thanks so much for being here. I love having you guys here, and thank you to all my subscribers. I appreciate you all 243. I appreciate you. Please share with friends any of the content, including my queer content of queer creators I've interviewed. It'd be very much appreciated, and check out the behind the scenes of Escaping Twin Flames on my channel. And yeah, embrace your truth, tell your story. You have a story to tell, I have a story to tell. So let's all tell our stories. Bye guys, love ya, peace.